dark and stormy night, the wind howled through the trees, and the rain poured down hard. In a grand castle, the royal family sat by the fire, warm and dry. Suddenly, there was a loud knock at the door. At the gate stood a girl, cold, wet, and shivering. She wore a soaked green dress, her hair was dripping, and her shoes were muddy. She looked up and said, "Please, may I come in?" The queen looked at her carefully. The queen raised an eyebrow. "Who are you?" she asked. The girl curtsied politely and said, "I am a real princess." The queen wasn't so sure. She had met many girls who claimed to be princesses, but how could she tell if this one was real? That night, the queen came up with a clever plan. She asked the maids to place a tiny green pea at the bottom of the guest bed. Then they piled up 20 soft mattresses and 20 fluffy quilts on top. "If she's a true princess," said the queen, "she'll feel the pea." The girl changed into a lavender nightgown and climbed up the very, very tall bed using a golden ladder. She smiled and curled up under the quilts. The maids giggled quietly outside the room. Would the test work? That night, the girl tossed and turned. She couldn't sleep. "Something hard is poking me," she whispered. "What could it be?" She tried every position, but nothing helped. She barely slept at all. The next morning, the girl sat at the long breakfast table, her eyes droopy and tired. Prince Leo looked at her with concern. She yawned and sipped her tea slowly. Everyone waited for the queen to ask the big question. The queen smiled slyly. "Did you sleep well, my dear?" she asked. The girl shook her head. "Oh no," she said. "There was something hard under the bed. I hardly slept a wink." The queen gasped, just what she had hoped to hear. Everyone rushed to the bedroom. The queen ordered the maids to remove all the mattresses. And there, at the very bottom, was the tiny green pea. The queen clapped her hands. Only a real princess could feel that. The queen took the girl's hands and smiled. "You are truly a princess," she said warmly. Prince Leo beamed with joy. He had never met someone so kind, honest, and brave. Soon after, the castle was filled with flowers and music. Princess Pearl, that was her name, married Prince Leo in a beautiful garden ceremony. Everyone cheered with happiness. The little green pea was placed in a golden glass case in the castle. It became a treasure, proof of the queen's clever test and the princess's true heart. And from that day on, Prince Leo and Princess Pearl lived happily ever after.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new one. More amazing stories coming your way.